Oh, shit.
All right. Hello, everybody in podcast land. We are the Podguyz podcast. We're going to you live as we do every Monday, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. A couple minutes late. We got some extra people in the room. Boys, we are doing it today. We are doing it Podguyz podcast style. A la carte. A la carte. Musical a la carte it is. I'm Tony Kaz.
Kevin Neary here.
Of course, we have the ever-loving Picasso, Leia Sparke. We're not going to get into a lot of big to-dos about Sparky, but guys, just to give you a little heads up, he is our resident artist on the show. He likes to draw what we like to talk about. So I'm going to go straight down the line. We're going to introduce ourselves. Birdcat, you're up first. Say hi. What do you do, sir?
What's up, guys? I'm Birdcat. I'm an independent artist from Akron, Ohio, and come here to fuck shit up, man. Ready to go.
Doing it. Mr. Colt Montgomery.
What's going on, guys? I am Colt Montgomery. I like music. That's what I do. From Alabama. Go check it out.
All right. All right. And of course, we have Mike Lethal down in the corner.
What's up, everybody? My name is Mike, up-and-coming artist from Akron, Ohio. And same as Birdcat, I'm pretty much here to fuck shit up.
All right. All right. What's going on, boys? How are you today?
Lord, now, I got to just comment real quick, Tony, for our non-viewing audience out there. Colt Montgomery looks just like Hank Williams Jr. right there. I mean,
you know what? I didn't put two and two together, but he does.
Dude, like it looks now. Colt, is your music kind of like a Hank Williams Jr. or am I way off on
that? For the most part, off. It's yes, I do country, but it's more along the lines of country rap.
Okay.
Music.
I know that you're on tour coming up pretty soon, right?
Yes, sir. With the Alienated tour, Grey Matter set up a tour starting and kicking off January 6th. Our first stop will be in Nashville.
That's pretty exciting. I'm sure you're excited.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. With fantastic artists along the tour, Grey Matter, Rob D, Sweets on the Beat, Dixie Tricks, Direct Music, myself, and we have a special guest because we're going to Memphis the following dates, and we got a special guest, Tom Ski Mask, that legend.
Tom Ski Mask. Now,
yeah.
Does he wear a ski mask?
No, he does not.
Tom Ski Mask.
God damn it.
Lack of continuity right there. Where's the consistency? Where is the transparency in the idea? Tom Ski Mask, and now I'm guessing he's on more of the rap side of the country idea.
Yes, very, very closely knit to 3-6. As you can see, well, no, you can't see. Here, let me adjust. As you can see, shirts of artists that I've worked with in the CPM. Tom Ski, he works. He's a legend. We'll just put it that way. He's a legend that is well known in Tennessee, and will be in his stomping grounds in Memphis.
No, like a musical legend, not like a campfire. Hey, kids, gather around. We're going to tell the stories of Tom Ski Mask again.
Oh yeah, like a musical legend.
Okay.
He put a lot of people on.
Nice. Man, that's a fucked up name to have, though. Tom Ski Mask. It just reminds me of that Cartoon Network. You know, there was this old show on Cartoon Network where the guy had a ski mask on and had the voice changer going on, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. I had to lock the studio room.
So, Colt Montgomery, you have these songs out here, and I'm just going to name a couple just in case people do recognize it. We have and I'm sure you can find them on Spotify, YouTube, all that nice stuff. We have Dear Son, Deep in the Pines, 90 Proof, Bad Habits, Fade Away, We'll Be All Right, Goodbye, HTS, God Made Boys, Outlaw Tunes, Redneck, Blue Neck, Rubberneck, Yellow Neck, Alabama Moonlight, Ramblin' Man, Where Them Boys At, Poorly Drawn Horse, That's My Dad, That's Your Stepdad, Where's My Mom, Unforgiven, Forgiven Again, George Bound, Driving These Old Dirt Roads. If anybody was paying attention, I made some up there.
The told.
I was hoping so because I
Man.
heard "Where's My Mom" and stuff, and I just started like, "What?"
I was like, wait a minute, man, that's a wide catalog.
There's a couple unreleased right there.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, not sure if y'all noticed or not, man, but me and Colby just dropped some heat. It's called Smoke, featuring Chris Calico. Currently
I
over
did see that.
1,000 views on Spotify, man, 1,000 streams.
Nice.
I know you do some TikToks, you do some Spotify. You guys are all over social media, which is awesome.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
trying to be. Wearing many hats for myself walking into the game and just trying to figure it out. I wasn't raised in per se a musical atmosphere, but it's always been in my heart. So
Well, tell us a little bit about it. Where did you get your start?
So it's like I said, it was always on my heart. I was in the military. I was downrange. I wrote my very first song downrange, but I never published it, never produced it, nothing like that. I just always wanted to do it. And right at the last year of my time in service, I was in Schofield Barracks, Hawaii, where I picked up several competitions to do my own stuff and covers, and then always placing second to a Miranda Lambert sound alike, obviously.
Of course.
And then pardon, ended up getting sent for auditions to The Voice, and then sent to auditions for America's Got Talent, where I ended up traveling to Atlanta, Georgia, and then did the other one. Did one of them online, where it was a video audition. Never made it past that, and I said, okay, well, then I'm going to figure it out myself. And got out of the military and dumped everything into the music. It ended up getting all the programs and all the equipment and all the instruments, and taught myself what I could, and now I'm here.
Now, how long ago was that?
Unofficially 5 years. Officially, when I finally started kicking off, 2 years.
Okay. Kevin, I know you have a question. Go for it, bro.
I do. Now, Colt, this also goes to you, Birdcat, and why not, Mike Lethal? All three of you.
Okay.
You all feel like you are more talented than Jelly Roll?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
Well-
not. I could never say that.
Yeah, I'm too humble, bub. Jelly Rose.
Though I am in the running for the Cheer Choice Awards under the music recording artist section, and I am going up against him.
It just
Ain't you like
feels
top
like
top 5 or top 10?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I just did like a sound check on both of these and I didn't get so if what I'm saying is if Jelly Roll didn't have this weird push of, hey, he was in jail, if they put more story than talent to him, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, they did.
And he had to replace a Post Malone demographic that, since Post Malone kind of disappeared, by the way.
No, man, he dialed back. He did dial back because he was doing the family thing. You know, he wasn't going on tour as much. He has a son now. He got married. I'm pretty sure he got married or something too, right?
Like, guys, for example, okay, I do stand-up comedy, acting, podcasting, all that nice stuff, right? There are comedians out there that I know I'm funnier than. I really do. And they might be household names, name brands, all that nice stuff, but it all has to do with agency and that. So it's nothing to do with you being humble. Guys, if you think you're more talented than Jelly Roll, I will back you 1,000,000%.
Well, here's the thing. Not necessarily I would say that, because I mean, have you ever heard any of my music?
I have, yeah.
Okay,
Tony
well
sent me some
then,
stuff over.
right on, man. Well, I mean, like I said, to each their own, man. But as for someone like Jelly Roll to have the history and the material and the drive and the message and the motive, like I feel like we're all in the same boat. Like we all have the same goal. But yeah, there's people that I could see myself better than, like a lot of people in the industry, like Lil Yachty, Lil this, Lil that, fucking, you
Going down
know,
the same path.
Look,
Drake.
there's such a thing as being in the right place, right time, right
Yeah,
perspective. And if you're not
right.
pushing yourself in order to be a better, not even a better person, but a better artist, a better representative, of mankind, man, you're just gonna get left behind. And there's a lot of stupid shit that's been going on lately, even in the entertainment world, not necessarily even like the sports world, where people are acting like a clown. Even in the entertainment world where what's his name? The guy that just got he just got arraigned for beating up his girl or whatever. King.
Kane, yeah. So I get what I know exactly what you're saying there, Tony. The difference between Colt Montgomery right now and Hank Williams Jr. The sound is completely different. The look is the same. So demographically, visually speaking, producers are expecting a certain look. They're going to start with that because there's so many people out there that are already talented. So they're going to start off with a templated look of what they're going for. Then they might go sound. They want to hit a demographic first. They want to make sure that they could sell it to everybody. Birdcat, I was checking out a lot of your stuff. So I'm going to get to you real quick.
Okay.
On merchbooth.com, where we can find Birdcat on merchbooth.com. You know who else we can find at merchbooth.com there, Sparky?
Who's that?
Well, thank you for paying attention. Oh, Jesus Christ. Everybody's got to excuse Sparky. He has COVID right now.
Excuse me for like 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
No, that's cool.
Everybody.
Go for it,
Mike Lethal is coming right back. He will be back. You can also find the Podguyz podcast at merchbooth.com. You just go to the merch. You just go to merchbooth.com, look up the podcast category, and go to the Podguyz podcast. You can find your life-saving, life-changing gear in long sleeve, short sleeve, hoodies, underwear, socks, thongs, just in case you and the lady that you are with want to get a little freaky, but want her wearing the lingerie for your favorite podcast. You can get it at merchbooth.com. Now, Birdcat, you have some cool hoodies and some pretty nice designs there. Did you design that stuff yourself or no?
Yeah, actually I did, man. I do all my own graphic work. What I've been trying to do is work on some new designs because I got this this cool ass design coming out for like banana hammocks. It's just gonna like blow the internet up. I just can't wait. You know what I'm saying?
Nice, dude. No,
I'm trying to diverse. You know what I'm saying?
See, the thing is, I looked at the designs and I'm like, I have never seen a design quite like that. So I'm like, either he had somebody do it or he did it himself. So now we definitely do know. And you write your own music. You guys are all original artists, correct? Cole,
Yes, absolutely.
Write my own music. Do my own graphic designs. Do photography, videography, mixing, mastering. Recording, all that fun stuff. Mike, your screen is like twitching, dog. You need to put
Dude,
your
I
rotation on.
love this right now because Mike
I'm making my fucking eyes twitch.
It's like that freaking movie, the Blair Witch Project with Mike Lethal.
Yeah,
except for he ain't got no snot coming out his nose.
I'm kind of outside. My little brother's supposed to.
Oh my god! I don't know what to do.
Oh my god.
But it's too fucking cold for this.
Mike Lethal just escaped the house that he broke into for the Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah. Better see red and blues behind him here shortly.
Hey, that's a possibility.
Holy shit! It's snowing in Ohio right now.
Oh, dude, it's terrible, man.
Out here, actually.
We're from the wonderful state of Pennsylvania, in the armpit of what we like to call Pennsylvania. It's Scranton Wilkes-Barre area, home of the Office, and it doesn't know what to do here. It's very complicated. It doesn't know if it wants to be 50 degrees one time or 20 degrees on the next day. And
so you got bipolar weather like Ohio.
Yeah, we're
yeah.
we're about 100 miles away from anything good. We're 100 miles away from Philadelphia, 100 miles away from New York City, and 100 miles away from the Atlantic City area too. So 100 miles away from anything good. And if you go west from where we're at to where you're at, you got a good 300 miles before you find some more depressing places besides northeastern Pennsylvania.
That's true.
Sure you've, I'm sure
Pittsburgh's pretty nice sometimes.
Pittsburgh's all right. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Could be a little dangerous during the winter. Not my favorite place to drive.
No.
I could tell you a story about how I went to go see my girl one time, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was going up a hill, actually going up her street, and the car started sliding backwards. Well, after it started sliding backwards, it decided to start turning outwards. So I started freaking out and panicking. So the only thing I knew to do was just turn the wheel the rest of the way and whip the whole car around and then go back down the hill. I sat out there till like 6:30 in the morning until the plow trucks finally came through and cleared all the hills. We're talking hills that are like almost 90 degrees steep. There was no going up it.
Actually,
Walls,
the same
like
thing happened to me when
this.
I went out to Pittsburgh as well.
Yeah.
I had this shitty little 2-wheel drive truck at the time, and it was a Ford Ranger. And
I was driving a
holy
Mercury.
crap, man. I did a 360 right in the middle of the interstate. And I didn't know what to do, so I did another 360, and I turned myself around, and I'm going backwards, and I'm still sliding. I'm like, all right, I gotta get forward some way, so I go back the other way.
Yep, exactly. Just busted J turn.
Yeah, welcome to shitty Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful
you guys,
city.
it's
just shitty
close.
weather.
It's close to the Christmas season. Are you all releasing a Christmas album, or do you have more respect for yourselves than that?
Yeah, that won't be happening on Cold Monday.
All right, no Christmas album. Cold Birdcat, any Christmas album coming out there? So that way
Yeah, I'm
we
not
can
gonna lie.
put something in the stockings of the people.
It's okay to
Yeah,
lie
I'm not
if you
gonna
have
lie,
to.
man. No, I'm not gonna lie, man. I thought about it. People been asking me if I'm gonna do some Christmas stuff, and I thought about doing that, like the old Easy E Christmas jingles. You know what I'm talking about?
I heard
I was
Easy E
thinking
got
about-
shot in the asshole for that.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad song, dude. But I thought about doing some shit like that. But I actually did drop one Christmas track, and it's called "Santa's on His Way," and it's probably not my best work, so we're gonna leave that buried.
Listen,
but,
Birdcat, Christmas
No,
songs
wait,
are
no, wait,
never
now we gotta hear
anybody's
it.
best work until it's their only work. Bing
No,
Crosby's
Kevin,
only
shut
work
up.
was
We need to hear
Christmas
this.
songs.
it's on. I think it's on my Facebook and maybe my YouTube. I haven't distributed it or nothing because, like I said, I don't own the rights to that shit. That was just something I just came up with back in the day. But
How
yeah,
is
man.
your rap game in general? Is it more like lyric based? Are you a poet? Like do you write down stuff and then you're just rapping freehand? Or do you hear a beat first and then you're like do?
I
Because
probably
there's several different types of rappers in general. So like different rappers will hear like and even on like
I think I know the genres of rap there, Tony, that you're talking about. There's the I get a lot of pussy rapper. There's the I shoot a lot of people rapper. There's the I shoot a lot of people, then I get a lot of pussy rapper. There's an I'm feeling good in the hood kind of rapper. And there's a my life's been fucked up so long and I had a tough life, but now things are getting a little better, but now they're back to bad. Then we're back to gang violence rapper. There's a lot of genre rappers. So if you were to kind of self-stereotype or self-title certain album aspects from that, what would you kind of push it out there to be? I mean, I see it on Twitter. You put down that it's innovative, which, it is. When you listen to it, it's nothing I've ever heard before. I can't really pin it. So would you be able to pin it for me?
Yeah, if you don't mind me stopping you there, there are different, types of rap and stuff, but I wouldn't consider myself anything along those lines. Mm-hmm. Like, because you can have one song that can be a hype song, but also, talk about and describe trials, tribulations, but having an overcoming what's it called? An overcoming
Boundaries?
sense of the song. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, not boundaries, but like an overcoming portion of the song. Like you go through things, but you
Overcoming
make it
obstacles,
positive.
right?
Exactly, but you know, you can make that to where it sounds like it's a club hit, or you can make it to where you know it could be depressing lyrics, but have it as an upbeat type of song, you know, an overcoming type of anthem. But when it comes to writing music, like I said, I write all my own stuff, but it just depends on the song and how I'm feeling. I've written just free writtens just to find and match them to something. I've you know, but what I normally do is I play the song, I listen to it maybe about 20 times, you know, over and over, and just kind of listen to what what the song's telling me, you know, what that song is trying to describe and where you know where the song wants to go. You know what I'm saying? And I try just to follow with that, and it's never led me wrong since.
I kind of agree with Birdcat on that. That actually kind of reminds me of the song I'm working on right now, Letter to Myself. It kind of starts out with a lot of the things that I've been through and a lot of the situations that I've been in with my family and while I've been chasing this dream of mine. But I know that I haven't gotten to that part yet, but it's going to pick up and it's going to start talking more about like how successful it's becoming and how these people were wrong about the things they said. And that, I go on to explain that, my mother never really believed that I had this talent, but I tried to show her that, I do have a gift and that it's not a question of what if I don't make it. It's more of a question of what happens when I do make it. You know what
No,
I mean?
Michael, I totally agree with you there, man. You know what the worst thing is? The worst thing is when you actually have drive and you have dreams and you're dealing with parents that have been depleted of both and they are just not supportive at all. And that does happen more
Taylor
to
Swift.
Taylor Swift did not have that problem there,
Oh,
Tony.
Britney
She had
Spears,
a
sorry.
mother that was ready to cart her from competition to competition. But I'll
Yes,
continue
sir.
on with my very valid point where it's tougher for a poor family to produce one person that has dreams to follow and dreams that are accomplished because the parents, whether they know it or not, are holding their kids back and saying, take the local factory jobs. That way we can soothe our addiction to indoor living. It's
And
kind
that's
of tough
exactly
too,
what my mother
especially,
did.
yeah, it's kind of tough too, because even if all you need is one really good hit song to just
Well,
for example's
Nail it out
sake,
the
that
gate.
dude, Rich Man from Richport, right? That I forget the dude's name right off the bat because he was
Oliver Anthony.
Oliver Anthony. Thank you, Birdcat. So
Yep.
one hit song, one song goes viral, his life changes completely. Now I'm sure he's been told nobody wants to listen to a person with an orange beard. You look weird. Why do you have an orange beard? Please dye your beard black and people might want to listen to your music. Wear some aviator shades and a hat that has an American flag on it with your beard. So that way you can look more like Colt Montgomery. So that way people will actually buy your albums.
and
Yeah,
people did
but
the same thing with Hobson too. They tried to tell him to ditch the contacts because it was bad for business and it wasn't attracting as many people to his music, and it was false because
do what makes
he's
you happy
also
though,
a
man.
very good
Honestly.
artist.
Exactly. The more authentic you are to yourself, the more that your fan base is going to know it and they're going to follow you for it.
See, I feel
know,
like
If
Colt
you- if
Montgomery
you-
has a lot of intel on this as far as keeping your company, and not necessarily keeping the right company because people can bring you down. Colt, please tell us.
yes. So fantastic insight on what the vision is to or as per different types of rappers. The fact that it's already being compartmentalized by folks that are not within this entertainment is subsequently the downfall. I know Birdcat and myself, I'm not sure with Mike, but we are the up and comings. We are the independents. We are doing this without the financial backing of
Absolutely.
a label.
a label.
Yes,
We
absolutely.
creating
100%.
we are creating our own paths. So compartmentalizing our music is the furthest thing from what we are. We
Mhm.
are entertainers. We are let's look back in our childhood. Remember that big book of poems, The Giving Tree or something like that, or Where the
Yeah.
Silent Eats? That's what we are. We are the hype man for the crowd. We are the poets. We are the storytellers. We are the
The
aggressors.
label.
We are the label. We are everything, because we had to teach ourselves to do this.
We had
Now
nobody else.
Now, that being said, yes, even still, in this lane of entertainment, being independent, it is still a very
It's a
let me
long
find
road.
long road. Yes, but the proper word would be
Turbulent.
yeah. I would let we'll go with that.
Yeah,
It's-
I could definitely agree with Colt on that. Being
Colt,
an
I also
independent
left
artist is
out
probably one of the hardest things
compartmentalization.
I've ever tried to do.
I've also left out of my compartmentalization or subject lines or whatever of mumble rap. I'm sure you
Yes.
guys are big
Oh.
fans of mumble
Overnight
rap because
success
it
is
does
10
happen.
years in
What
the
you
making.
guys are is a combination of genres of rap and country, which is a unique road to go through. We had Blind Fury on here, and he has made the transition from rap and then pushing it into country, along with the whole stoner theme as well.
We are
Well,
a product of our environment, and Blind Fury he's good people. Actually, I'm opening up for him in March out here in Ohio. Yeah, man. As opposed to like the transition thing, some people would say that because you do something a certain way and you just try something else, you're instantly swapping genres. You're instantly this type of artist now, or this or that. And I
that's
saw
the
that.
beauty of it. But that's the beauty
Right.
of it, though, because Colt Montgomery has got just country songs. I've got a bluegrass track out.
Got a wide catalog.
I've got if we need to put labels on it, I've got a gangster rap out there. I've got an NF vibe out there. I've got heavy metal out there. Colt
Right.
Montgomery is not anything but an entertainer.
Can't be tied down to one genre. You're a
No,
multifaceted
And that is
individual.
the beauty of being an independent artist.
Well, that
Yep.
was
Now,
that was the range of that
Can't
was
be
also the
labeled.
range of remember Bob Dylan going from folk to rock and roll to gospel, even country music, live jam band kind of stuff, and it was hanging out with the Grateful Dead. Alternative Southern rock to a degree. Now he's really on. But yeah, it's your range as an artist is always there, but you can't disagree that there are different subject lines to be spoken about when writing a song.
Correct.
Now speaking of range, guys, like I said, Sparky is our entertainer of choice on this show. And he does have a little something on his big board. Now, just to break you guys in, he is an artist that you may have never seen before. He is a god amongst crayons, and you're gonna enjoy this for what it's worth. Sparky,
Let's
flip
see it.
over that big board and show these guys what we got. It says my new song called "Christmas Is Canceled" is about delivering gifts in a snowstorm, driving a Ford Ranger. Should have given the goat the gifts.
Now, if for our non-viewing audience out there,
That was
you're
like a
going
Mike
to see.
Lethal side mission.
Yeah, Sparky drew the perfect depiction of what a Ford Ranger looks like. Looks like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's a Ranger.
It's like
Sorry,
it's
I have to
almost
laugh,
like they
man.
said to themselves,
of
"Hey
course,
guys,
like shit.
a Ford Ranger is just a slightly taller El Camino." I'm sorry, guys.
It is.
It's just-
Hey, I'll give you that one.
That's a good analogy. I like that.
I couldn't
Just
afford a
saying,
big
That
boy
was pretty
truck.
good.
No,
And for
well,
those who don't know, Chevy made the El Camino.
they did, yeah. So sport topic.
to finish what was asked earlier, yes, being in this business period, you got to be careful. You can't just be going around popping lip and showing no respect where respect's due, because people have been doing this for so long that they've earned their place. On top of, if a little word of advice for the viewers and non-viewers, as has been said this evening, if you're going to do it, then you got to do it all the way, but keep your head down, because it gets more and more dangerous as you get closer and closer to the top. It gets more and more hectic. It gets more and more stressful. There are people out there that will absolutely go head hunting for anybody because you said the wrong lyric. Because
even if it's somebody you look up to, which is nuts.
So keep your head down. Stay in your lane.
That's a very cryptic message there. Do you have a little bit more specifications about that?
Talking about me or Colt?
Stay in your lane. Keep your head down. Focus on you. Focus on your grind.
This sounds like Colt Montgomery's got beef against somebody.
No, Colt.
I
No,
got
it's
shit
just
on you, Colt.
it's the
Who
fact
did
that
it?
like
At all.
no, it's the fact that like going through these things, you learn a thing or two, man. Like, yeah, you know, you might have a good head on your shoulders. Yeah, you might have something that somebody else don't. But you got to get flowers when they're due, man, because then nobody's going to give them to you whenever it's your fucking time to shine, man. And they're the ones who went and laid the path out for us to have an opportunity like this, to be able to
the statement,
do what we do.
The statement comes from watching these other signed artists. I mean, look what's happened with folks like 6ix9ine. If you do not stay in your lane, focus on you, give your roses, and appreciate every opportunity that's given to you, you're going to get hurt.
Yep. I think the biggest thing
you get too big, you get too big of a head, and then you feel like you're immortal and bulletproof because you think this paper is going to save you.
Oh yeah.
I think the biggest takeaway from 6ix9ine is probably to be yourself, though. Don't pretend to be somebody you're not.
Well, that's the thing. Danny isn't exactly himself either. So, I mean, to each their own.
People get a little. People do get a little weird when they get a little bit of fame going on. I would only stress to anybody to stay away from the drug scene. Stay away from the alcohol every night, sort of thing. Listen, man, when I was in my 20s and doing comedy in New York City and going in and out of the whole idea, there wasn't a night I stayed sober, which was tough. I've been sober now for about 5 years, not even rubbing up, and not even like Dimetapp or anything like that. Nothing that even has alcohol in it. So, but that is a way where you can kind of forget to take care of yourself. The talent still might be there, and you still might have some good shows and stuff. But I tell you what, man, the consistency I have now when doing a show, it's unmatched from when I was in my 20s. I'm 38 years old right now, and I look even better than I did when I was in my 20s, up and coming, kicking some ass. I said no to some deals that I should have said yes to. In fact, I said no while being offered free dinner, ordering shots at a 5-star fucking classy restaurant, ordering shots at Jack Daniels like a fucking jerk off. Just 3 p.m. by the way. It's still daylight out. It's still fucking daylight out. And then at the end, they're like, okay, we're going to sign you, though. I'm like,
I was just about to say the same thing, Colt.
Yeah.
No, guys. It's
all
man,
about I got you.
Eye on the prize. Eye on the prize. That's
I feel you, man.
Major motto.
I actually I turned down a record deal too, man. I've turned down multiple record deals, man, from multiple labels, big labels, small labels, and some I probably should have said yes to. My first offer was through Sony Records. I thought it was bullshit. I thought it was fake. I thought I was getting scammed because you never know in this industry, man. And you got to do your research on who's sending you what. And I kind of, like I said, at the moment, I'm not gonna lie, I've had a big head at moments, in my career, and you get checked really easily, and sometimes it's necessary. But I went off on these guys and kind of told them my piece. Because I was like, I'm tired of being spammed and all this other shit. And they sent me a video. Yeah, they sent me a video of them touring their industry, and they're like, yeah, like this looks pretty fake to us too. You know what I mean? But they're like, have a good night though. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, the learning curve. Had to go through that, and let's just say that that doesn't happen anymore. I take it with a
Well,
grain of salt.
speaking of big heads, even Taylor Swift is getting some more heat. She is never left alone by the media right now. All Time Entertainment's reporting that Taylor Swift, who owns two planes, a Falcon and a Falcon 7X and a Falcon 900. According to Daily Mail, in 3 months, her journeys to see Travis Kelce have used up to 12,622 gallons of jet fuel. And they say that she would have to offset the damage of her romance to the environment. She'd have to plant 2,200 trees to offset the damage that she has caused to the planet by trying to get it in.
I wish I had those kind of problems, man. Yeah, Mr. Beast could help her out in an afternoon, bro. Give him a weekend.
Let's be completely honest. Everybody in this room, right? If your girl's just trying to get it in, right, and she's traveling a couple thousand miles just to come watch you, and she's like, "Oh, I just wanted to come watch you play. I just wanted to come watch you entertain. I just wanted to come watch you sing." And she came over and she's flying around just all willy-nilly. Guys, is that a hiccup? Is that true love?
What, to have someone come out and fly cross country to see you?
Hell yeah.
I would say it's love, yeah, but I mean, if you got the money to fucking do it, who cares? You know what I mean?
This is nonsense news. Nonsense
Shit.
news.
Nonsense news, Tony. You want to talk nonsense news? We got Kanye West is being slammed for selling a $200 socks.
Yo, that's my dude.
In his first release, $200 for a socks. Listen, man, if the sock does not come with the fucking puppet,
That's a hustle. You can't knock a man's hustle.
Yeah, but his socks are probably the ones. Yeah. The reason why they're probably $200 is because they don't fucking go stiff when you nut in them.
This is true. They're probably great masturbation socks.
It's got an anti-nut spray.
These socks are jizz resistant right now. Jizz resistant socks.
Stiff socks.
Hell yeah.
Called the Yeezy, also known as the Jeezy.
And it comes out like mayonnaise.
So I got a question for you guys. How long have you guys been in the podcast business?
Been doing the podcast now for about 5 years, doing the Podguyz podcast. I've been doing stand-up comedy for about 13 years, and then I've been doing acting in independent movies for about close to 20 years now. Actually, yeah, nice. 20 years, 38. So independent movies. Me and Tony, we do voiceover work on a regular basis as well. And Tony's done his share of stand-up, but Tony's more of even doing like production work, editing, and all that nice stuff to go along with it. Tony is the brains of the operation right here and the entertainment value of the whole thing. He's the one that he actually, 5 years ago, I think 4 or 5 years ago, something like that, he actually brought me on for an interview. I was raising some money for a family that had a daughter of a friend of mine got murdered. So we raised some money for them, did a comedy show. And his brother said, "Hey, you should be on my brother's podcast to try to promote it." And I tell you what, it's like when thunder met lightning, because the chemistry was right there from the beginning, right off the rip. And I'm like, holy shit, I think we got something here.
Yeah, we instantly dick docked. That's what it was.
We dick docked, it was
sounds like we need to work a little bit more closer, man. You guys do voiceovers, that's badass. But I mean, I'm not down to crossing those swords though.
No,
hey, it's okay.
Theoretical dick docking. Theoretical.
Yeah. I feel it was kind of the same way when I met Colton, when I met Mike Lethal, man. It was just like instantaneous. Boys from the get-go, dude. You can always tell good people, from the get-go.
I think it's super important to have friends, especially in the same type of atmosphere. People that share your dreams, share your ambition. They want to see you succeed too. And I think that's super important. Like, for even Mike Lethal, over in the corner there, dude, you gotta get your motivation. You gotta get your shit together and get it rocking and rolling. I don't know where you are in the game right now. If you got things on tape, get things on tape, get things on paper. Try to motivate yourself to do something every day. If not every day, once a week. Work yourself into a routine.
I mean, it's actually,
It's kind
Yeah.
of funny that you mentioned that because Birdcat here, he actually brought me to one of his shows Friday, and that's kind of what's been kicking my ass into gear here lately. I got a little taste of what it's like, and I want more. I want a lot more, actually.
No, I got a question. Do you put the hot sauce in the nos or the nos in the hot sauce?
Oh, you see that? I mean,
Yo, you
might
know
have
what?
to
I was
try
gonna ask that
sometime,
same
but
question.
I drink a lot of these at work, actually. I do freight delivery for a living, so I'm up at 4 a.m. in the morning, and I'm gone until who knows when. Actually,
I'm just still curious about the hot
Sauce
sauce.
junkie.
Is that Crystal's
Get a little
hot sauce?
pep in the step.
Is that Crystal hot sauce?
no, it's Frank's Red.
Oh, it's for. Oh, okay.
All right, all right.
That's the
Yeah.
extreme hot.
That shit's like spicy Kool-Aid, man. What you mean?
Yeah, spicy Kool-Aid. Speaking of spicy drinks, have you guys ever tried the spicy Mountain Dew?
Ugh,
Yeah, it was horrible. It was terrible.
man.
I've
It's
seen
probably
that
the worst
they
thing I've
they
ever
made the
drank.
enlightenment of spicy hot pretzels. Frito or not Frito. What the hell is that? Flamin' hot Cheeto pretzels.
That sounds
Really?
pretty good, man. Y'all
That
ever
actually
had
does
that?
sound really good.
The other day I went to the gas station, man, and I went and I got me a bottle of Gatorade, and I thought it was that Mountain Blue Ice. Man, I was so exhausted after band practice, or after not band practice, but the show I had. When I go back outside to my car, I go and I start downing half of it, man. Come to realize this shit is cucumber flavor, dude, and I can't stand cucumber, man.
God, I did
Dude,
that. You know,
I
I
don't know
fucking did
what
that with a
person in their
cucumber
right
flavored
mind-
Gatorade. It was disgusting. I
Who
fucking man, it's
fuck-
ugh.
Like
There you
who would do that to somebody, dude? You know what I'm saying?
Sparky's got something on the big board there. Sparky, flip around that big board there, my man. What do you got?
Dude, let's see.
Is that but I am a tight end, as you can see. Don't worry, I will get it in. Only 21,999 left. Look at that, where Taylor Swift is planting the tree inside of the tight end.
Kelsey's ass.
For
wanna go to- I
those
wanna
of you
perform
that
at
are
the
not
Dome,
viewing,
man.
Sparky,
You guys
that
ever
one's
seen
a
the Dome in
keeper. I'm gonna
Vegas?
screenshot that one. No problem.
Yo, that dome is badass, dude.
Yeah, I saw that with the YouTube concert, and then they made it to where it was like see-through, to where it was like the entire like visual of like what was outside the dome,
Yeah.
and then they can like draw it back into different designs. That is on my bucket list. I tell you what, I don't care if I got to dress like Bono to get there, man. I'll do it.
You know what the
Gotta,
messed up thing is about that? I was actually
What?
reading an article about it. They're going broke already.
Because they ain't got the Birdcat or Colt Montgomery in that bitch yet.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
No, man, they booked entertainment throughout the year, and they already hit negative numbers because it costs so much in order to run the glow or the sphere. That's what they call it, the
Yeah.
sphere. I guess the cost of running the sphere doesn't allot the amount of money that they had booked for that particular year. Now they're going to make a profit in the next coming year, but for this year they're working in a negative.
Sounds like my bank account.
Yeah.
Yeah, big question for Birdcat, Cold,
What's up?
and Mike Lethal. All right. So we are in the Christmas season. I'll start with Birdcat. Birdcat, do you remember when you were told that Santa Claus is not real?
Yeah, I do.
Want to tell something about that?
Yeah, man. I think I was about like, I was pretty young, man, between the ages of 7 and 10. And I used to, I had a little suspicion, when I got my presents, I would be like, look at the ceiling, like, thank you, Santa, and fucking wink at my parents or whatever the fuck. And I kind of always had a feeling, but one day, because my dad has a no bullshit policy, man. He tells me how it is, and I needed something like that. And so he was like, I'm gonna sit down and talk to you about some shit today. I'm like, all right, me and my sister sat down, and he's like, I want you guys to know that he's like, I've been busting my ass to buy y'all presents. I'm Santa. There is no Santa. Y'all can't. I don't want you guys giving credit to someone that doesn't exist. And I'm like, I respect it. You know what I mean? You bust your ass, I might as well give you credit for it. But yeah, it was a long time ago, man.
How about you, Colt? Do you remember the exact moment that you were? Now I want to hear about this. Your reaction towards it. The exact moment you found out. Can you take us there?
Yes. We were in Georgia, and I was being dropped off in my kindergarten class. I was being dropped off in my kindergarten class. My dad was dropping me off before he went to PT. Looked at me dead in the face and goes, "Oh, by the way, I'm Santa Claus. Santa doesn't exist." And I walked out that car going, "I knew it!" and went into my kindergarten class with all the kids because we were doing a holiday green eggs and ham thing. And I come in there screaming at the top of my lungs, "Santa doesn't exist!" Yeah, and the teacher was pissed. You need to stop it.
Now, Mike, you have that look on your face as if you're just finding out that Santa Claus isn't real. Are you all right?
Oh man,
No.
don't tell
Actually,
me.
I was
Damn it!
actually,
Damn it!
He's got the
not
worried look.
when I
Like he's
was
like, what
told
the
that.
fuck? Like his world's going to shit right now.
I was actually in school when I was actually told by my teacher that Santa wasn't real.
Took away
What
the
the
magic.
fuck?
Nah,
Yeah,
you serious?
my teacher tried to squish all my dreams
What
at
a
once
bitch.
because it was show and tell, and I had wrote a song for show and tell because this has always been my dream since I was little. And well, when I went to go and show and tell, she kind of like wanted to squish all my dreams at once. So I guess she kind of just threw out, "Oh yeah, Santa isn't real too," along with telling me that you're never gonna make it and all that good stuff that everybody's always told me. She
Man,
also
that
went out
sounds
the
like
way
a
to tell me
future wife
Easter
thing
Bunny
going
wasn't
on.
real
Like,
either.
right?
was she cheating on you at the time? Like, what the hell kind of school did you go to?
Oh, and
My
by the way,
teacher
she
Think
didn't
was
twice
not
if
like
she-
me
if
at
she
all.
touched
I
you.
was the bad kid who didn't
He's the
listen.
alimony.
Was sitting in the back of the room beating on the desk. I didn't listen. I didn't pay attention too much in school when I was little. So my teacher kind of just didn't like me. Had it coming.
What's that big ass head you got?
It sounds like child support was next to be told.
Oh yeah.
Blink twice if she touched your naughty bits.
I'll let you guys.
Show me on the doll.
Yeah. I'll let you
got
guys know
tattooed
the
fucking-
when I found when me, my brother, my sister found out that Santa Claus wasn't real, we didn't see it coming. We started freaking the fuck out. You know, we were like, "You fucking piece of shit! You're all liars!" You know, we were like, and then we were grasping onto straws of fantasy land by saying, "Well, at least the Easter Bunny's still there for us." And he said, "Well, you know, hold on now."
Boys,
That-
speaking of dolls, right? We're gonna get into our last order of conversation, Kevin. That's right. When we talk about dolls, we're talking about Pornhub, boys. Talking about porn.
Oh man.
Have to talk about porn. Yeah, absolutely.
The great.
So, Tony, what sex dolls have you bought this year? Now that you bring it up, because every
That's
year
for me
he's
to
got a new
know and
doll.
you
I
to
say, you know
find
what? You
out.
got to put a ring on one of those fuckers one of these
I
years.
know.
It's gonna be weird as shit.
Hey, that's my own glory hole. Anyway,
Hey,
Canadian.
Yeah,
The Canadian-owned porn site had just come out with one of its annual reviews, making public trends performers such terms that got us going in 2023, and some of the NSFW habits it revealed are more embarrassing than having the 1975 as your top artist on Spotify on Wrapped. Now, every year, Pornhub actually sifts through your data. I don't know if you know that, but it is from the billions and billions of visits from Mike Lethal's browser. Yeah. This is all from Mike Lethal's browser, by the way.
They got you. That's crazy.
You
They know
got
where you
me.
live,
You
Mike.
got me.
And these are
Don't
just
tell
the
my
top
girl. She
20.
might freak out.
Damn, your
Why
mom's gonna
is,
shut the Wi-Fi
why
off.
is spider porn #1, Mike Lethal?
Spider porn.
Because you
You know,
dress
look
up your
back, I'm actually
dolls.
terrified of spiders.
Because you dress up your dolls in the Spider-Man hoodie that you got in the back there.
Hell yeah.
there you go.
He's a fan of Octomom.
Hey, don't tell people my secret about Spider-Man.
That's my
Yeah.
alternate costume. Hey, the most viewed categories of 2023 go as this. Drum roll, please.
Uncle Ben.
Lesbian at number one. Lesbian. At number
Lesbian.
one.
You know what? That sounds. It's the frugal. It's the clearance rack of porn when you look for lesbian, because you're like, why not just have more women nude in front of me? You know, it's not. They're not in it for the lesbian love scenes at all. You know,
I mean, I'm
it's-
technically a lesbian, right?
I mean, you're
Yeah,
not a
of
woman,
course.
so technically you're not. If we're speaking, if we're going for the spec sheet.
Read a dictionary, dude.
I mean, unless you're trying to tell us something.
I would say you have a lot in common with the lesbians for a sexual preference. You fall in love with women who are also attracted to other women. You know, you're like, shit, another lesbian. Damn it.
I mean, I got to work out, so I work, keep these tits away. So I mean,
Is that why
right
it's
there.
tripped me out?
Yeah, heard me out.
They're hidden under the hoodie right now. All right, boys. Number 2 comes in Japanese.
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 Well, I have now
Famous
restored
some
faith
young
in
guy?
America because they can spell the word Japanese.
You might actually pull
I know.
down.
I feel like that goes under all Asian girls, though. I feel like Japanese just lays a platform for every Japanese or for every Asian fantasy.
Descent.
Yes, Japan is all of Asia now. You heard it from Tony Kaz first. For our international listeners out there, which there are only the ones in Japan and the Philippines, of course. Japan is all of Asia.
Denmark and Germany, by the way.
Yes, Denmark and Germany, the Trilateral Commission of.
Well, I mean, I think there would be
podcast.
there would be a Chinese category, but I'm sure Kim Jong Un wouldn't like that very much.
Again, that's North
Korean?
Korea.
That's Korea, man.
You're
Yeah,
thinking,
I
Oh,
forgot
my
that's
bad.
Korean,
Look
huh?
at me. See, I'm reading my globe all backwards and shit.
damn you, Ohio public schools. Why?
Yeah,
Right.
God damn it.
That's what we're going with. It's all their fault.
Number 3 rolls in Ebony.
I'm a fan.
I'm also happy they use the word ebony rather than black.
Yeah. Number
What
4
is that term?
caps. Number 4 caps up anal.
Whoa.
Okay. All right. Now that's yeah.
I don't know. Whoever's typing that shit in there, just you're like in the search history, just anal.
Can we just agree that anal is gay? It's
I can agree with that.
it's basically
Depends on what side of the fence you're on.
so the main event for a woman, man on woman, right? Is the main event is the vagina, I would say, right? That's the main event. If you're going for the other hole, why?
Well, I mean, some people like it when you tongue punch the fart box. It just depends on the person.
I mean, did you run out of condoms? Did
Personal preference, man. Some people like to fucking, two in the pink, one in the stink, or maybe, a forearm or two.
the
That's
forearm?
pretty wild shit. Oh yeah, dude. I've saw
Yeah, you're
the
just-
most disturbing shit I've ever seen.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
my mom that fucking showed me, first of all, and it was on
Wonderful.
the old flip phones.
This
before
wasn't
we
during the
had-
Santa Claus isn't real conversation, was it?
It was about a year or two after that, maybe. Yeah,
All
because
right,
like I
wow,
said,
holy
I got my
shit.
first tattoo at 13, man.
Nice.
Fucking the most disturbing thing I ever saw was this chick, bro. It was this big BBW, bro. She got 4 chains, one on each arm, one on each leg, and she's hanging up in the air. All of a sudden, dude, you see this little bald guy come out from between her crack, bro, and just straight up fucking forehead and just
Oh,
going into
yeah,
her
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
head,
Reverse
just
birthing, yeah.
disappeared. Yeah, like he's putting on
What
a
the hell
fucking,
kind of shit are you watching on
hood.
Sesame
Tony,
Street?
it's a midget. It's when it's called reverse. It's a reverse birth fetish, right? So what they do is they take a little person and over 18, of course, and they
Oh my God.
shove them back
Send 'em
up
home.
into the area. Now
Just send 'em back
normally the
home.
woman
Dude,
has
he's
to go
14.
through
He
a
should be
period
watching
of.
Jimmy Neutron.
Oh my God, where the fuck? Yeah, but no, I didn't look that shit up, man. That's something my mom fucking showed me, dog. It just tells you something.
She turned off the Bill Nye the Science Guy. She says, "Bird, get over here."
Just so you'll learn more off this than you will fucking Bill Nye.
Well, it does involve
Never
physics
interrupt
when you're
Bill
trying
Nye.
to. It does involve physics when you're trying to.
Life
Reverse
lessons,
birth
folks.
somebody.
Life lessons.
Mm,
Number 9 rolls in with the MILF. The MILF.
No.
figure that'd be number 1. It's my favorite.
Who doesn't love good MILF?
Mike.
Hey.
Mike does not like a
That's
MILF.
not
That's
true. My girl is a MILF. Yo, my girl's got a whole baby.
oh my god,
Oh,
Mike! I thought
shit.
that was going a different
forgot
direction there. I
about
thought you were
that.
going to
Yeah,
say
no.
that's not true, man. My girl is my mom.
My girl
I thought
was
it was going
17,
there,
bro.
and it didn't, and I'm happy it did.
Yeah.
Dodge that bullet.
It depends, bro, because your girl, because she could be like freshly 18 with a child, or she could be because MILF is only really considered like when you're mature. You know what I'm saying?
My girl's
Yeah,
older.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
you got a baby.
Wait, does that go into cougar status, or is that like?
Yeah, in a sense, yeah, I'd say MILF is like the same, like we're like neck and neck. You know what I'm saying?
It's a
Because
couple
I know a lot of
clicks
people
lower than a
got babies
cougar,
that
right?
ain't MILFs.
I thought
I
a
know a lot
cougar
of
would be like
chicks-
in her late 30s, almost
A
40s.
cougar would be on a multivitamin. I would
Yeah,
think.
see, that's what I thought.
Well, the
That's
well's
She's
what
got to
on
I
be
some
dried
Centrum
up.
Silver.
The well's got to be dried up to be considered a MILF, man. You got to put some fucking, some
You got to come over with some
fucking spit on it.
WD-40 or like,
Yeah, knock the cobwebs off them shits.
Yeah. You got to spin the wheel and hit the brakes a couple times.
Hell yeah, make sure you fucking eat the fruit snacks before
you
you
gotta,
leave, man.
you gotta
They don't
pull a
count.
fucking chain on that goddamn.
Question: how many juice boxes do you have, and what can I steal?
Yeah, gotta be fruit snacks, man. It's gotta be the Welch's Great. I don't want them.
I was just fucking her to steal her kids' comics.
Hell yeah, Spider-Man issue 1.
I was just fucking her because I wanted her son's PlayStation.
There you go.
Hell yeah, I got the new Oculus Quest for free.
Guys, the next 5 actually round out the top 10 is transgender, mature, threesome, hentai, and big tatas.
Hentai, isn't that with like squid tentacles?
Listen, if you blend all those
yeah.
together, Tony, if you blend those all together, you got some fucking weird anime porn that's already existent.
You got the #1 show in America.
The Golden Bachelor.
Yeah, the Golden
I like
Shower.
how Colt is staying completely quiet throughout this, but I could see his eyes widening up, like pieces of his soul are dying off.
Probably wonder where the fuck we're going with this.
Little by little.
Yeah.
Is
no
there
worries.
anything on the list, and I'm going to start out with Birdcat, that you think would have been in that top 10?
Wait, you saying that there's something that you missed? You think it would be in the top 10?
There's something big that's missed in the top 10.
Well, I mean, I could name a bunch of things, but they probably wouldn't make me look any better than I already do now. Just
I'll
gonna make me
name
look
stuff
terrible.
I thought should have been
So
on there.
I'll
Right?
just say MILF should have been at least top 3 for my personal preference.
Okay.
But as to add anything, I'm gonna pass on that one, bub.
Wow.
You know
Kevin?
what I thought? I thought was going to be on there, and only because it's always been joked about the not your sister porn.
There it is.
Oh my god,
There it is.
stuck
Where
in the
is
washer.
I expected that to be somewhere in the mix, but I think people had been putting that in incognito mode for Pornhub.
Yeah. Brother, sister, step bro.
Listen, man, Pornhub's always asking me. Pornhub's always trying to upsell me on that. They're like, "Hey, you like the British gangbang? Maybe you might like Not Your Sister." And I'm like, "Get out of here, Pornhub! I don't want any of that."
Sounds like somebody's got a paid subscription.
No,
Yeah,
no. Only the free.
This is the Brady Bunch on steroids.
You're just saying that because I'm drinking name brand Dr. Pepper. Name brand Dr. Pepper. The only way to drink Dr. Pepper. Fuck that Dr. Thunder.
I agree. I'm sorry, but I agree.
No, Dr.
That
Thunder
shit
is
is
I'm more of a
generic.
Pepsi guy myself, but
You can't hate on affordable though. You can't hate on affordable.
I mean, it's kind of when a kid learns how to read, he realizes how poor his family actually is. You're just like, Dr. Thunder. What the hell are you doing?
When that
There's
poor
a,
kid
there's a
Dr.
big thing
Pepper for the
missing.
first time. What
I
the
think
fuck is
my
Dr.
poor
Pepper?
moment, my poorest moment, man, is when I think it was a Christmas exchange, dog. When I was in elementary school, I went to go and I worked my ass off shoveling snow, man, and I got the money up for like this little RC car and went to go trade it with a bunch of people. And this kid named Omar, man, I knew he wasn't like the most well off, but I traded it with him, and what he gave me this big ass box of Play-Dohs, a Play-Doh set. I was kind of excited, until I opened it, and bro, there's 2 little fucking containers in there with Play-Doh, bro, and it's all dried out and fucking used, and I'm like, oh, like yeah, I'm fucking
He
poor.
set you up.
Yeah.
Man, what a grimy thing to do as a kid. The kid
Hell yeah.
contact sort of thing.
Fuck
yeah,
you,
bro.
Omar.
Race car. Oh yeah, but I'll tell you what, man, that fucking Play-Doh, man, went through his window nicely.
All right, guys, we're going to roll out the red carpet for each of you. Of course, tell everybody where they can find you, what you got going on the horizon. Birdcat, we're going to start with you.
Right on, man. Well, you guys can find me on Spotify, Amazon Music, anywhere you guys stream, YouTube. You guys can check my merch out at merchbooth.com. You can go on Facebook, Instagram, on the marketplace or the store, type in Birdcat merch. Like I said, you type in Birdcat, Birdkatt, anywhere, everywhere, I will pop up. I promise you. Thank you guys for having me, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Good old Colt Montgomery.
I appreciate that. Again, guys, Montgomery Nation, it's Colt Montgomery. Appreciate you guys having me on here. Be on the lookout for that single dropping on the 1st with Big Buck Beezy and myself, and be on the lookout for that show for the New Year's event, December 31st, going into February 1st. If y'all didn't know, 31 days in this month. And then we got that tour kicking off January 6th, Alienated Tour. Be on the lookout for the Yellow Wolf show. And if you don't know, tell your mom, tell your dad, get your tickets at www.redneckrave.com and come catch us with Trucks Gone Wild invading the Redneck Rave with Who the Fork is Justin Spoons.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Mike Lethal, what do you got going on, brother?
Not much right now, but you guys can also always find me on TikTok, Facebook, Mike Lethal. You can find me hopefully soon on Spotify, Apple Music, and a couple other platforms that I'm looking to release my first album on.
You can find him at Mike Lethal, juststoleYourBike.com.
Mike Lethal, juststoleYourBike.com.
Mike
Because
Lethal
if you're
just
wondering
stole
where your
the
bike
fucking
went,
game.com.
Mike Lethal took that shit. Riding around in it right now.
And he's on his
In
way to
the
take
snow.
the game. Hell yeah.
Well, you can also find all 3 of these artists at the Podguyz podcast fan page on Facebook.com. We normally promote it.
Yeah,
Anybody
we'll pump
that
up
we
your
have
guys.
on.
We'll pump up your guys' Spotify and all your tour dates and stuff like that all over our page, all over all of our social media, all the way across the board. So
Right on, man. Spam it up.
While
Hell
you're
yeah.
on merchbooth.com looking at Birdcat's sweet merchandise, we have some stuff on there from the Podguyz podcast. Just go to merchbooth.com, click the podcast section, scroll on down to the Podguyz podcast, give it a click or a bump of your cell phone thumb, and scroll on through and check out our long sleeve shirts. Look at these things. Beautiful. It's got the big microphone on there. It says the Podguyz podcast, so that way you can show some support for the Podguyz podcast. We are trying to pay the bills around here, keep the lights on. We have that addiction to indoor living only. So if you want to just help us out with that idea, we'd be forever grateful. If you don't, go fuck yourself then. You can die in hell, and hopefully you get nothing for Christmas but AIDS. And
Chirp
the
me
deadly
out.
kind of AIDS too, not the one that like lingers around for a little while and people
yeah,
do
like
a-
that
Yeah,
toucher,
the Magic
that,
Johnson
that
kind of
touched
AIDS.
Mike Lethal.
The Magic Johnson AIDS.
No, that he has got HIV. He's got the good HIV.
Oh, he
He's got
does.
the-
He
you know,
does,
he's
yeah.
lingering around there. He could probably still shoot a basketball if he wanted to.
He could. Just one ball though. One ball.
Just one.
One ball.
Guys, we are the Podguyz podcast every Monday. Tune in. Make sure you see all of our social media pages. Of course, you can find us on all of your app devices and streaming devices as well. Sparky, such as
Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Deezer, Castbox, Pocket Cast, Geo Reel, the Facebook Live video, the
Amazon.
Amazon.
Whatever, wherever you like to
I like
go.
how Sparky is dying and Tony's like, get the words out of your mouth.
I'm a dick. Guys, thank you very much for showing up. Big shout out, Birdcat, Colt Montgomery, Mike Lethal. Check them all
Hell
out.
yeah.
Awesome. Rock on, brothers. We'll catch
Thanks
you
for having
soon.
me, guys. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Yep. Thanks again.
Have a good night, guys.
Remember the name,
Yeah,
because
you
we're
too, bub.
taking over the game.